Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Now, I know it doesn't seem like it has been that long, but truth is, tomorrow is 1 year of Joe Biden's presidency. And to mark the occasion, yeah, give it up, hell of a year. Hell of a year for everybody. To mark the occasion, for some reason, he held a press conference today. Then again, he's 79. I guess he's always going to go for the early bird special. I'll have the orange Ruffy. The president outlined the various ways his administration is trying to fight the pandemic without additional shutdowns.
We have the tools: vaccines, boosters, masks, tests, pills, to save lives and keep businesses and schools open.
Yes, we have a lot of tools to save lives. Unfortunately, we also have a lot of tools who refuse to use those tools. Woo. Woo. Safe. Speaking of which, it's a big day for America's nostrils because you know what's coming. Because today, the White House launched the U.S. government's free COVID testing kit website, covidtests.gov. Go there, get them. They're waiting. You paid for them. You already paid for them. Go get them. All you got to do is log on, put in your address, and the feds will send you 4 free at-home COVID-19 tests. 4 tests, okay? 4 tests, that's 1 swab for each nostril and 2 for, dealer's choice. It works wherever you put them. That's what I hear. Is that true? They're telling me that's not true. I think it's true. Anyway, got to play to find out. The White House actually launched the site yesterday, 1 day ahead of schedule. So, 677 days into the pandemic, we got access to free tests 1 day sooner than we thought. Thank you, sir. That's why he moved up the press conference. That's why he moved it up. So far, free and accessible health care is pretty popular. As of last night, covidtest.gov had more than 1 million visitors, which is more than 40 times as many as the government site with the next highest traffic, which I assume is shirtlessdougmhoff.gov/yardwork. I did not expect him to be so cut.
Hey, he got himself together. Yeah, get it.
The Clippers work the obliques, man. Now, there were a few hiccups. Some people who live in apartment buildings received error messages saying tests already been ordered for their address. So, okay, to make up for it, the post office is going to send those people 1,000 Blue Apron mailers and a water bill for someone who lived there 20 years ago. The free test isn't the only good news. Experts say the end of the Omicron wave is in sight, okay? Yeah. It's in sight, though I can't see it because my glasses are always fogged up from my mask. One group that can't wait for COVID to end is librarians, because some public libraries are being used as coronavirus test distribution sites, and librarians have become the latest frontline workers, and they do not appreciate the banging of pots and pans. In certain cities, it took a while for you to realize, about a year ago, and in certain cities like the Washington, D.C., public libraries provided PCR tests that patrons had to take home to use, then deposit in a drop box at the library. So, your test will be held in the same sanitary laboratory conditions as sticky copies of Pat the Bunny and a broken VHS of Gremlins 2. The system works. Gremlins 2 fans. Gremlins 2 fans.
Oh, yeah.
System works, but maybe too well, because now library phones ring every few minutes with yet another call asking medical questions library workers aren't trained to answer. Haven't we given librarians enough to do? They're already our babysitters, our tutors, and the only ones brave enough to ask that man at the computer to please close his pornography tabs during the puppet show. We've also Close the tabs. Bad. It's
Great.
news. We've also got COVID news from Florida. Today, we learned the Florida Department of Health suspended a medical director after he sent an email encouraging staff to get vaccinated. Yeah, well, I mean, come on, it's kind of presumptuous of him to assume that residents of Florida have the will to live. They made a choice. They made a choice. The official in question is Dr. Raul Pino, who leads the health department in Orange County. In an email to his department earlier this month, Pino wrote that he was concerned that only 219 out of 568 staff members had received 2 doses of the vaccine, adding, "I am sorry, but in the absence of reasonable and real reasons, it is irresponsible not to be vaccinated. I have a hard time understanding how we can be in public health and not practice it." Yeah, 100%. 100%. It is. He's right. It is hard to understand. Yet another Florida mystery, like why do so many old people move there the minute they get too slow to outrun an alligator? I don't understand. Ring the dinner bell. There's bad news for former President Girth, Wind, and Liar. You go. Do you remember when it was day and you were there? For the last 3 years, he has been under civil investigation by New York Attorney General Letitia James. Well, last night, the James gang is here. Well, last night in court filings, James outlined a pattern of possible fraud at the former president's business. That's believable, certainly more believable than a pattern of business at the former president's fraud. James filed this motion in response to the former president's attempt to block her from questioning him and 2 of his adult children under oath. Lord, please make that happen. Please. I don't ask for much, and I don't ask often. All I want before I die is to see Don Jr. swear in on a jar of hair gel. It's the only thing he believes in. James says that her office has uncovered significant evidence that the former president fraudulently valued multiple assets, including his own private residence. He claimed the triplex apartment was 30,000 square feet in size, but the actual size was just under 11,000 square feet. Yeah, that's no surprise. He's known for falsely tripling the size of his assets. He once told Stormy Daniels his penis was 3 inches. But the former president's biggest fraud continues to be his claim that he won re-election. The House Select Committee on January 6th is busy getting to the bottom of that lie, and yesterday they subpoenaed Rudy Giuliani. At long last, we might finally find out if Rudy actually said and did what we saw him say and do live on TV. The panel wants to know everything about how Rudy pushed false claims that the former prez won the 2020 election and are seeking all the documents he has relating to the seizure of voting machines, contact with members of Congress, and any arrangements for his attorney's fees. And The Late Show has acquired one of Rudy's invoices, $40,000 for attorney's fees, and $10,000 for Franzia, kiddie pool full of. And it's not just Rudy. The Select Committee has also subpoenaed the phone records of former second son Eric. Could be good. Could be good. Not sure how much you can learn from the phone records of someone who answers the scam likely number, hoping it's his dad. Speaking of phones, today Verizon and AT&T have turned on a major new part of their 5G networks. Of course, if you got the vaccine, you already have 5G. But to access the new network, you're going to have to initiate a hard reset. Just insert a paperclip into the back of your neck while holding down the Bluetooth button on your giant balls. Okay? There's one small problem. Officials are worried 5G signals could lead to airplane crashes. Okay, but on the bright side, you can stream Yellow Jackets all the way down. See, because they use similar segments of the radio spectrum, some officials are worried that 5G service will interfere with sensitive instruments that measure altitude on some planes. Okay, well then to protect it, why don't they just put the plane into airplane mode? We got a great show for you tonight. My guest is Christine Baranski, but when we return,